clueless teenagers are waking up and making tens of thousands of dollars on TikTok using faceless TikTok theme pages on the creativity program beta, like the examples that you can see on the screen right now. A lot of this is with the help of AI, which simplifies the process of creating these videos, which are then uploaded onto TikTok. But how exactly do they create these videos? What tools do they use exactly? Well, in this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step from start to finish, creating an AI video that you can use on the creativity program beta. I have profiled a bunch of different faceless accounts that are currently making an absolute killing on TikTok using the creativity program beta. So we're going to create that video from scratch. I'm going to link in the description the different AI tools I'm going to use to generate the video. I'm also going to link any AI prompts in the description as well, so you can essentially just copy and paste them. Hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have an idea of how to go about creating similar videos going forward. So first of all, we're going to start by doing the research and understanding what video we're going to create and why. And from there, we're going to go ahead on to the next stage, which is going to be creating a script. We're going to create a voiceover. From there, we're going to move on and gather the materials that we need to put the video together, the B-roll, etc. And then from there, I'm going to play for you at the end of the video the result that I have created. And let's jump straight in. Okay, so to start us off, we're gonna start with the research process, and we're gonna have ChatGPT help us to understand first of all what niche we're gonna be going into and creating these videos within. Now, what I've done is asked ChatGPT to help us come up with some faceless niche ideas for videos on TikTok, and the prompt that I have included goes as follows. And again, I'm going to link this in the video description so you guys can copy and paste it. So essentially, I've asked it to give me 50 niche ideas for videos on TikTok where I don't have to use my voice or show my face. These need to be ideas for videos that I can easily create. They need to be evergreen, so family-friendly niches where I will not run out of content ideas. They also need to be niches that can be scaled onto other social media platforms like YouTube and Instagram. These also need to be niches where I can use additional sources of revenue like affiliate marketing or promoting digital products in the long run. So that is essentially what the prompt looks like. Again, that will be linked in the description for you guys to copy, and this will help you just come up with some ideas of what niches you could potentially go into. Now, you could ask for 100, you could ask for 30, you could ask for 70, you could ask for 10, but I've opted for 50 in this example. Now, what you want to do from here, and what I would do, is narrow these down based on A, what's easiest to make, B, what's less likely to be taken down for things like copyright, for example, and C, just based on me previously browsing TikTok and looking at the faceless pages that are working on there, straight away, I know some of these are never going to work for me. For example, I know that recipe showcases, that's not going to work for me. I know that DIY crafts is not going to work for me. Book recommendations, not necessarily going to work for me. Gardening tips, etc. I do know, however, what I really like and what I've come across before is faceless videos on things like educational fun facts, which I know definitely work on TikTok, and there's a huge market of people that are interested in these types of videos. Daily motivational quotes, yeah, definitely something that could potentially work. Timelines, lapse gardening, if you've got access to a garden, or if you're someone that does gardening, etc., and so forth. So what you want to do is just narrow this down as much as possible to videos that you can create. Now, in terms of narrowing it down, what I would do is copy this list, put it onto a spreadsheet, go directly into TikTok, type in these different niches, see what videos come up and see what the demand is for those types of videos, and also think about whether you're able to create these videos, whether you're able to get the footage and the resources that are needed to create these types of videos. Again, leaning back onto niches like positive affirmations, educational facts, and those types of niches, they are easy enough to create. I don't need to worry about copyright and things like that because of the types of videos that are created in those spaces. In fact, the one that I'm going to use for this example is educational facts. Essentially, that is the research process. ChatGPT will help come up with some ideas. You're going to filter them down using TikTok. You're going to note them down using a pen and pad or spreadsheet, and once you've narrowed it down into a niche that you want to jump onto, then you can move on to the next stage, which is creating a script for that niche. In between researching and jumping onto the script, obviously you also want to watch videos within the niche that you've selected. You also want to make sure that these are videos that you can create, not choosing something where it's going to take you a week, for example, to create a video. You are able to create the videos, you are able to compete. You've got the hashtags that you're going to be putting in your videos noted down. You've got a general idea of the video titles that you're going to be using as well. You've noted them down somewhere, ready to copy and paste onto TikTok once this video is ready to. What we're doing at this stage, now that we know we're going to be focusing on educational facts, what I've done is asked ChatGPT to come up with 30 different facts about the human brain, which I can then use as a script on TikTok. So the prompt was very simple. I've asked it to please generate 30 random interesting facts about the human brain, and ChatGPT has gone and done exactly that. Again, remember, these are evergreen in the sense that these will be the same as they were 10 years ago, as they were 20 years ago, as they will be 20 years from now. That is the beauty of the facts niche. Facts will stay the same unless science discovers something new that contradicts what you can see here, which does not happen very often. Now, what I've then gone and done is, again, I've asked ChatGPT to remove the numbers from these. So I don't want to have 5, 6, 7, 8, because when the voiceover is reading that script, it's going to be saying, number 1, the human brain weighs about 3 pounds. Number 2, there are approximately 86 billion neurons. Number 3, I don't want it to say the numbers. I just wanted to say the facts, one fact after another. So I've gone in there and asked it to turn it into paragraphs and remove the numbers, which ChatGPT has gone ahead and done. And this is what the result looks like. Now, power tip that you want to pay attention to here, because we're talking about the creativity program beta on TikTok here, you want the script to be just long enough to take you over a minute, so you hit that 1 minute threshold. And I didn't do that here, but later on I came back and asked ChatGPT how many characters and words are needed to create a 1 minute long narrated video. So what I should have done is included this when I asked it to create these facts. So I should have just asked it to create something that is no longer than 160 characters. But there you go, lesson learned. Now ChatGPT's let me know how many characters are needed, which is fine, and therefore I will keep that in mind going forward. Otherwise I've got a really long video script here. But there you go, you've got a video script here. You can just copy this, paste it onto a notepad, add a few bits that you'd like to add to customize it. For example, you can add call to actions like don't forget to like, don't forget to follow, don't forget to share the video, whatever works within that niche. For example, within the educational space, educational facts space, a lot of them will say one fact first. So for example, the human brain weighs about 3 pounds, which is 1.4 kilograms on average. And then after that, they'll say you will find a person who has a bigger brain than you if you click, share, WhatsApp, and whatever. That's a call to action that they've included in the video. So you want to include clever little call to actions like that within your script as well. And this is something that's actually being done on TikTok currently on the videos that are working. You don't want to include more than one call to action per video, per script. So one should be more than enough. So now that we've got our script, we're going to move on to creating a voiceover. So to create the voiceover, I have used the famous 11 Labs because they have got arguably the best voiceovers that you can get when it comes to AI generated voices on the internet currently. 80% of the videos that you've watched that are AI generated most likely use voiceovers from 11 Labs, whether that's in the back end via the API or whether that's in the front end, which is what I've done here. Now, this is where it's important to come up with those 160 characters, because as you can see, the mistake that I made here was this script was way too long. It generated a video that's just over 2 minutes long. I don't want that. I want the video to be just over a minute long, but never mind, that's not the point here. So what I do when I'm in 11 Labs, I don't change any settings. Adam is the most famous one, the one that you've probably heard the most. This is what it sounds like. as you can hear, that'll be sounding familiar. But there's lots of other options that you can use, and there's a lot of other options that you've probably heard in other people's videos that you didn't realize were coming from 11 Labs. So these are other examples here. But for this example, for the sake of time, we're just going to stick with Adam. We're not going to mess with any of the voice settings, so I've left them as default voice settings. And again, I've not changed anything here. I've just left it as multilingual version 2. All that's left to do, with that being said, is click generate and generate the voiceover, which again, I have already done, as you can see by the timeline at the bottom of this video here. Once you've done that, all you do is click on download, which is this icon here next to the time, and once you've done that, you can copy the downloaded file and put that onto your video editor ready for your content to be added. Now that we've done that, the next thing we're going to jump onto doing is gathering the materials that are needed in order to create the video. Now for this, I've used 11 Labs, and the reason why I've done that, I know that a lot of interesting facts videos on TikTok use a lot of oddly satisfying videos in the background. For example, as the voiceover is talking, there'll be just a lot happening in the background, and a lot of the time these are videos that have nothing to do with the actual script, which makes it nice and easy to get the materials that are needed. Now, you don't just have to use Pexels, you can also use YouTube, you can use Reddit, you can use Facebook, anywhere where you can find non-copyrighted B-roll videos that you can include in the background of your videos. So in my case, I've used Pexels, which again I will have linked in the description. Now, quickly jumping on to the videos that I've gathered from Pexels, and this also interlinks into the next section, which is editing the video. If I go into CapCut over here, these are the different videos that I have gathered from Pexels and a number of various other sources. Now, I'm going to talk you through exactly what it is that I've done here, so don't be discouraged when you look at it. It's actually very, very simple. So what I have done is taken the different videos that I've downloaded from Pexels and other sources. If you go on media, you can see them all here. And what I've done is I've chopped those videos up. So I've put in each video, I've chopped it up, added some movement, chopped it up to, like, for example, if I show you this one here with the snail, that will perhaps make a bit more sense. So I've chopped it up to 3 different sections just to add some movements. This is about 2 seconds long overall. So the first bit is just normal. The second bit is zoomed in. The third bit is just normal. Again, I've sped up the videos as well, just to again add that dynamic feel rather than just the normal time movement. And I've essentially done that on all these different videos that I've downloaded from different areas on the internet. Just add a bit of movement, make it interesting. I've also added some noise as an effect. In fact, I've added 2 tracks of noise here just by going on to effects and searching for retro noise to again add a retro dirty feel to the video. And then that's pretty much it, to be honest. You can play around, you can add different transitions, you can zoom in, zoom out, speed things up. You don't have to make it that complicated, but that is literally all I have done here. And what I've got at the bottom there, as you can see, is that voiceover that I've just created from 11 Labs there. So if I go to the beginning of the video and play, you'll see what this looks like.
The human brain weighs about 3 pounds, 1.4 kilograms on average. Approximately 86 billion neurons make up the human brain, comprising about 75% water. The brain, despite constituting
So that is what it more or less looks and sounds like. Now, don't worry if you couldn't hear it at this point. I'm going to play the full video at the end of this video so you can see and hear it there. But that's essentially all I've done there. In terms of the text, the auto captions, all you do is go into the captions section and CapCut will create those auto captions for you. Now, these don't look like the normal bouncy dynamic 1 word at a time type of captions. They're also very easy to create, but for this example I've just used the free version of CapCut and it doesn't have the feature where it automatically creates the one-word captions in the middle of the screen, but they're relatively easy to create. All you do is just go onto captions when you have got a paid version of CapCut and select that particular style that you want to go into, or any other style that you are wanting to use for your video. In this case, I've just added this basic style just to kind of show you guys where the captions would sit within that video, so you've got an idea of what that looks like. And essentially that's it. You've got your video, you've got your captions. The video is, for this example, it's 2 minutes 50 seconds long, because again, referring back to what I mentioned about looking after the characters and making sure you've got just the right amount of characters. So it was slightly too long because it wasn't 160, but again, not a big issue. All you need to do is just reduce it to just over a minute long. Now, as a bonus tip, I would also go into Canva and add a logo and brand your video. And all you do is just come in here, choose a logo that works, that's not got copyright on it, customize it. And again, that may be another video on its own that I may need to create in future. And what I would do is then overlay that onto this video so people don't just go in and steal your video. So it's got your logo on it somewhere. In terms of this editing as well, if you want me to create it as a separate tutorial, let me know in the comments and I'm more than happy to jump in and create a separate standalone video for that. But yeah, I am now going to play you the finished result. Let me know what you guys think, and if this video gets 1,000 likes, I'll be more than happy to do a follow-up video doing a different style of faceless TikTok automation style video.
The human brain weighs about 3 pounds, 1.4 kilograms on average. Approximately 86 billion neurons make up the human brain, comprising about 75% water.
One of the most famous haunted houses in America is the Winchester Mystery House, located in San Jose, California. It is renowned for its mysterious history and countless ghostly legends. The Winchester Mystery House was once the residence of Sarah Winchester,